The Mark Herzlich situation really brings to the top what is important in life.
People have stepped up incredibly in my family, my friends across the country, and shown support for me, and that's something that I can never repay them back, but I like to at least try to help as many people as possible.
You don't come to Boston College necessarily to become a football coach, but when you leave here, you should be able to coach football.
It was the first game week I was there with the guys. Coach Spaziani came to me 2 days before the game and was saying, I'm kind of thinking about having you be a part of the team, helping coach the guys, and we would like you to travel with us and be on the sideline for all the games.
He would kind of take them, pull them to the side, and just give them some words and tell them how to get back into their zones and which plays to look out for. So he's always coaching them and helping the linebackers out.
Mark understands the little nuances of our defense, how people are going to attack it, how they're going to block it.
I think, the enthusiasm that he showed, even though he wasn't able to play, really showed you how much he wanted to be out there, and it made you want to play that much more for him. And, every play you got to remember that he wanted to be out there, so, you got to work that much harder, to make that play.
We were fighting to win a game. Mark was fighting for his life. The outpouring of love and support from the other institutions, athletic directors, presidents, coaches, players, it's been wonderful.
It was, the time at Clemson with the jersey, Virginia Tech with the helmet and the check that they gave, the Florida State game at home with game day coming. It's like those type of things make me think back on my past year and be able to smile.
When he did get sick, the support that we got, or that he got, from the coaching staff, from the administration, from the faculty, from the students, from people he's never met but who are connected with Boston College, has just been overwhelming.
Mark's life, all of our lives, have become so much fuller and richer in the past year. I mean, I would trade it, mind you. I would rather not have done that journey, but we had that journey. How he's embraced it, and one-on-one conversations and touching the lives of kids and adults, that's a God's calling.
Well, the doctor's appointments and doctor visits are, I guess something that a year ago I wouldn't have wanted to do. To drive into Philly to see the doctors and go here and there and everywhere down there is what it is now. It's something that's going to be a part of my life, and that's something I have to accept. Right now we're on our way to University of Pennsylvania Hospital. I got to get an MRI and a CT scan.
Basically, I'm going to put him on the table. I'm going to do a CAT scan of his chest. Takes 2 minutes. 2 breath holds. All right, so all you have to do is listen to the breathing instructions. We're going to ask you to take a breath in and hold your breath. Just take a good breath in and hold it. We'll let you know when to breathe.
Sure. Well, we first had to do a CT scan of my lungs. So basically, we go in there. They take pictures of my lungs to see if there's any tumor, any spots or fluid in my lungs.
Take a small breath in and hold it. You may breathe.
Then once we finished that, we went over to another building. I got MRI done. I tried to think to myself, which pictures they're taking, like, what do these noises mean? But obviously I'll never find out. And then we went from the MRI to the doctor's office, where he will then read and look at both of those tests that were done, make an analysis, and tell us kind of where we are moving forward.
So Mark has completed treatment for this tumor of his femur, and it's an unusual tumor, and to have this in a high-level professional type athlete is a little bit of an unusual situation. So we basically put together a treatment plan that was safe while at the same time maintaining his ability to participate in athletic activities, and we're monitoring that carefully because there's some concern in terms of the in terms of how much the bone can take, and obviously he participates in a fairly aggressive sport. So we're following that along and getting him back in shape, and so far so good. So I think the other issue with any kind of cancer is that every time you have a normal test, and you get further and further out from the tumor itself, then that's a very positive thing, and the risk gets less and less all the time.
Exactly a year ago today, about the same time of day probably.
Yep.
The MRIs looked a lot different, and it's a lot better now to be able to sit here and walk out and everything be fine. And have there be, instead of being told I can't ever play again and don't know life expectancy, to be, you're going to be able to play and live, and that's obviously a lot better. There's a titanium rod that goes in through the center of my femur, that goes from here to here, and then there's a bolt that goes in here, a bolt that goes in up here, to just hold it in place. Scar here, and scar here, from where they put the rods in, and then there's a big scar up here for where they put the rod straight down through. You can see there's still like discoloration and stuff from where the radiation was, and dry skin, and the hair won't grow back here either from radiation. My tattoos tatted up now. It's basically about strengthening the leg again. I'm not nervous about breaking my leg. If I do break my leg, it probably won't heal, right? But that's not something that I really dwell on, because I'm going to make a choice, and already have made the choice that when it comes to risking the chance of a freak accident and playing again, I want to play. I want to be better than I was 2 seasons ago, and aspirations are to get back to winning the ACC Defensive Player of the Year, winning the butt kiss, getting the Lott Trophy. And those are all things that I have in my crosshairs and I want to get to.
Every time I see him, I call him the Beast, because throughout the whole cancer process, he was staying strong the whole time.
Mark isn't going back to make a name for himself as a guy who beat cancer and played college football. He wants to be recognized as, if not one of the best, as the best linebacker in the country, and he's willing to work hard and play hard to do that. So he's not going out there to fill up space. He's going out there to be who he was and to be better than what he was when he was out there last time.
Here we go.
The pride for my brother is astounding, and that was beforehand even. And now seeing what he's gone through and coming back to the level where he's going to be playing, where I have no doubt he will be playing at again, is just going to be absolutely amazing and overwhelming.
The first day, September 4th, which is also his jersey number, is the date of our first game, 9-4. I expect I'll probably be a mess, but it'll be a good mess.
Oh, I think it'll be electric. I really would, because not many of us get to experience a miracle, and Mark's experienced one already, and this would be a second one.
The journey, the devastation that we all felt, and then, with Mark's attitude, always so positive, and then we all joined in that positive attitude, and we all prayed for him, and we knew that he was going to beat it. And now to see him beat it and to lead that team out of the tunnel on September 4th, I know I won't have a dry eye.